What if Africa has one currency? Imagine having to travel from Cape Town to Cairo, from Lagos to Nairobi without having to exchange money. One continent, one currency. Could that actually work? And if it did, will it make Africa richer or create even a bigger problem? Welcome to Durotimi Daniel, real conversations about Africa, leadership, and life. Now you are facing Africa one idea at a time. What if I told you that one decision could probably transform trade across Africa? That decision might definitely be having one currency. Now, if you check what is going on in Africa right now, you'll notice something. There's been this gradual thing growing where we talk about borderless Africa. Now, with your African passport, now you can travel to over 10 countries. But I personally believe that with Africa having one currency, just like the euro, in the euros, for example, if you go to the Schengen zone, they have their local currency, but they also use the euro. The euro is like the common denominator or the common currency. Now, imagine if you have that one in Africa. Don't you think it's going to help Africa? Definitely. There are so many reasons why people are proposing one African currency. Personally, I believe it's going to be a good idea moving forward. Number one, it's going to create easier trade between African countries where you don't necessarily have to change currencies to do things. Like right now, between South Africa and Nigeria, when it comes to rand, it can be a bit, tedious for conversion and all that. But if we have a currency that we both use, where we don't have to change our local currencies, it probably could be a better idea. Also, less dependent on foreign currencies. If we have our own currency in Africa, the dollar will never be strong. The euro will not be strong. The pounds will not be strong. We will have a currency that can go par to par. If possible, this currency will even be stronger than dollar. It will be stronger than euro. And also, it's going to create a stronger economic integration, because by the time we start trading between each other, by the time we start building factories between in African countries, it's going to help us in a very amazing way. Definitely, it's going to help create a stronger economic integration. What we need to go to China to buy, or need to go to America or UK to buy, we can buy it here in Africa. So now, what are the potential benefits? The potential benefits here is that no currency exchange when trading across borders. We don't necessarily have to, every time we want to travel to an African country, we don't have to exchange currencies. We already have the currencies. As you are going to Cape Verde, or you're going to Ivory Coast, or going to Kenya, or Nairobi, or Johannesburg, or Algiers, Morocco, you don't need a new currency. You're already using the same currency already. So that will definitely remove that stress, And definitely it will also lower transaction cost for businesses. This one is a very, very valid point. It's going to lower transaction cost for business. Cost of things will definitely go down if we use the same currency. And also easier travel and tourism. It's tourism will skyrocket. Now definitely minimum wage will be different in the countries, but traveling will never be that hard, because you already know the currency you're going to spend. Also, greater investors' confidence. This is a very powerful point, because when investors come to Africa or come to different countries in Nigeria, they know that, okay, if I have a business in Lagos, if I'm opening a new branch in Rabat, for example, I don't have to go through so many hassles, having to sit down, calculate finance, no. So investors will be confident to invest in Africa if you have such initiative. And also a stronger sense of African economic unity. Absolutely. We will feel more united. There might be conflict here and there, but definitely our unity will be stronger. But in as much as I think this is a beautiful idea, it's going to definitely come with some challenges. Absolutely, it's going to come with some challenges. For example, Africa economy is different in size and structure. Like I said earlier, our minimum wage is definitely different. You can't compare Nigeria's minimum wage to South African minimum wage Burkina Faso to like different countries, the minimum wage is very different. Also, inflation rates varies widely. Um, when it comes to Nigeria, for example, inflation rate is terrible. Like you can literally buy something for 20 naira today, and then the next day it's 40 naira. So if you have the same currency, it's going to be a challenge having such currency. Having one currency in all African countries with inflation varying from Cape Verde to, let's say, Gambia, for example. Those are one of the challenges. Inflation is different in Africa. One of the things I love South Africa about is when it comes to inflation, South Africa is sort of stable. It's not a country where things just go like skyrocket just like that. Also, government will have to coordinate economic and monetary policies. In as much as we think a single currency will work, I think we have to work on our economy first. Every country has to work on its own economy and bring it to par first before we talk about single currency. Can we do this in Africa? Yes, we can do it. We can have one currency. But however, how can we go about it? First of all, we need to build a strong regional cooperation. It's very, very important. We need to work on a regional cooperation. I think that's for me the most important. We need to work on that, and also we need to increase trade in Africa. I think we need to do the background work first. The former president of Libya, President Gaddafi, in 2008 or 9, tried to do this. However, it didn't work because the background works were not done yet. So if you don't do the background work, it will be hard for that kind of thing to be executed. We need to increase. What is one of the background work to be done is to increase the trade in Africa. And then we need to make our economy more stable. For that to happen, also we need strong continental institutions. African governments need to work on institutions. When I say institution, like there must be this deliberate move to build financial institutions, to build economic institutions, leadership institutions where people have the right mindset for the country. And then we need strong political commitment, and this might take many years. This kind of thing will take time, but let's start the conversation now. What do you think in the comment section? Because personally, I believe the conversation is worth having. Whether or not Africa adopts one currency, the bigger goal here should be making it easier for Africans to trade, invest, and work together, like unite. So I believe this is very, very possible, but we need to start working on the background work first. Hence we're having this conversation. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Is this possible? Can Africa have one digital currency? A single currency alone won't transform Africa, honestly. But stronger cooperation, better leadership, and greater economic integration could bring us closer to the Africa we all want to see. So pushing the agenda for one single currency is a good idea, but I don't think that's what we need right now. We need to work on cooperating with each other in terms of trade, in terms of investment. We need to work on those background things first. By the time the background work is done, we don't even need to, push for this agenda. The agenda will come naturally, and it will work naturally because the platform is there already. So what do you think about this? Is it possible or is it not possible? Let me know in the comment section. And if you're passionate about Africa, if you're passionate about life, if you're passionate about leadership, this is the platform for you to be. Subscribe now, share this video to somebody out there for people to learn. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you on the next video. Bye.